There are some new guidelines from the Agriculture and Health and Human Services departments that might have you rethinking that.
So apparently they inverted the food pyramid with meat, cheese, and dairy now at the top. NBC Connecticut's Jeremy Chen has some advice on those changes from a local registered dietitian.
Today marks a decisive change in federal nutrition policy.
A policy that's now shaped with brand new dietary guidelines, urging Americans to prioritize protein at every meal and to cook with what they call healthy fats, like olive oil or beef tallow, which is rendered fat from cows.
It seems like some of the evidence has been ignored, with the biggest thing being the saturated fat.
Registered dietitian Teresa Dotson says while olive and vegetable oils are fine, animal fat like beef tallow is high in saturated fat, increasing the risk of cardiovascular disease.
If you think about your arteries as your plumbing, right, you wouldn't take bacon fat after cooking bacon and pour it down the drain.
The guidelines also doubled the recommended portion of daily protein, but Dotson doesn't agree.
I don't think anyone is not getting enough protein.
Another concern of hers is the emphasis on full-fat dairy items like milk instead of low-fat.
The whole milk is not more nutritious than the low-fat milk, so there's really no reason to drink it.
Dotson says this new inverted pyramid can be a little confusing and convoluted for the average person, as opposed to the My Plate that was used previously, which she says is much more clear-cut.
When we show it in a plate format, it's very easy to say to people, most meals should include all 5 food groups.
What Dotson does agree is with the recommendation to avoid added sugar in highly processed foods.
When you no longer recognize the food, or if it doesn't fit in one of those categories, it's probably not something you should have on your plate.
The big thing to remember is that everyone is different and has different dietary needs.
Our approach is not to tell people what they can and cannot eat. It's to give them good information and let them make their own choices.
And if you need advice, you can always consult with a dietitian, which is covered by most insurances.
Why not seek out the advice of a professional that can work with you as an individual versus generic guidelines?
In Canton, Jeremy Chen, NBC Connecticut News.